Hi Sagittarius, welcome to my channel. My name is Kem. So today, Sag, for your meditative session, you guys got the Sun and the King of Wands. What's really interesting is like, yes, you're Sag, so we could be talking about, you, right? This King of Wands. If you're feminine, this still could be you, right? It doesn't matter about like gender. But yeah, what's really interesting though is the fact that the suns are like in both. You could be dealing with a Leo or also have Leo in your chart. So we have like a lot of fire energy here right now, right? But I think it's really important because I feel like the two people are headed towards the sun, right? Like the energy is in the direction of the sun. You see how the Phoenix is like going towards the sun, and then the Sun card is like obviously about happiness and going towards like fulfillment, but it's like on all levels, right? It's like the Nine of Cups is emotional fulfillment. This is just fulfillment in every aspect of life, right? The sun is just like pure divine happiness, right? And I really like this energy because I think it could be like where you're headed right now, right? It's kind of like an omen, right? Like you're headed in the right direction if you're like making some sort of decision right now. And if it's not that, it's like kind of telling you to go towards your fulfillment, like go towards what makes you happy, basically, right? It's reminding me of this documentary that I saw like back in the day. I think it's called Happy, and it was like, it would just interview people, and I can't remember too much about it, to be honest, but it was funny, like what was actual happiness versus what wasn't, and like the places in the world where people were actually like the happiest, right? I promise you it was not in the United States. I think it was, I don't remember where it was, but it was just people, I think, in like remote places who didn't, still living off the land, and still, they would rate their day as being great, like they didn't really do much that day. Like maybe they worked and they ate and they just, were with their family. They didn't, go crazy and go party and like, but they would rate their days as happy, right? Whereas like people who were doing a lot of things and going a lot of places and traveling and, had all this money and they were shopping, like they would rate their day as like maybe a 6 or 7. And these people would rate their days always as like 10s, right? They're like, oh yeah, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. So again, I feel like it has a lot to do with just your perspective on what happiness is, right? And like, what do you think happiness is, right? Like, where is your happiness? Where are you going? Like, where do you want to go? If that's the question here. But I think it's like an important thing. It's like, maybe for some of you, it's to incorporate something in your day that actually makes you like happy, right? Like it could be a lot of things, but I feel like this is you being in your element, right? Like I feel like this is you rising again, right? And I don't get too much about the Phoenix today. I'm just getting more about the sun, like just heading towards that place that you want to actually be in. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been watching a lot of on YouTube. It's like, you watch one video, you get like 20 recommended of the same shit, like same genre type thing. And I watched this girl who like lives in a van, right, all alone, and then like a lot of people kept coming up, like people who live in their vans, and I was like, yo, these people eat better than me, right? They're living in their van and they're making like taco casseroles, they're making like deep dish pizzas, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, holy shit, like they're eating better than I eat. Like I don't even eat that good for dinner, do you know what I'm saying? And it's just the actions you take, and like what again you think is happiness. Like a lot of people were commenting like, yo, this guy's so free. Like imagine living in your van, like not, you're just like doing your thing, or you have your own dogs, like, and you're just living off the land, and you get to travel wherever you want, and you're eating good, you're warm, you have a shelter. I don't know, it's just very interesting, like these perspectives on happiness. And I think that's what you need to realize right now. It's like, what is happiness to you, right? Like what makes you happy? It doesn't have to be what makes someone else happy. Like obviously these people are, like everyone chooses what they want and they go towards that life. So I think this is like that push, like go towards that happiness. And I think you are, right? So yeah, Sag, I really like this. So let's pull some more cards. So Sag, I really love this reading. We have so many pairs. We have 3 pairs here. We have the Emperor and the Empress, right? We have the King of Cups twice and the Queen of Cups. And then we have the Seneschal and the King of Earth. And the Seneschal to me is always like the same, if not better than the Queen of Earth. To be honest, I freaking love the Seneschal. And then we have this King of Sword in reverse. So I'm going to say this. I feel like I'm speaking to a masculine because I have... Actually, I could be speaking to a feminine or a masculine. I have like the same on both sides. I initially thought that I was speaking to a masculine though. So I don't know, just pick your energy, whoever you are. But I feel like it's been very clear, like it's been very, very clear to you for a very long time that this person is like someone who is a soulmate, right? It's been very clear. It hasn't been something that's like a mystery. Like, again, even if it's something that you had to intuitively figure out yourself, I think you subconsciously have known that this person is like very much look, we have so many pairs, right? Like, you've been knowing this, right? But what has kept you apart from this person is healing, right? What has kept you apart from this person, and it could be vice versa, it could be both of you together. Again, choose the energy, like in your situation. Is it both of you that have needed healing? Probably, right? Because I feel like soulmates, they always seem to mirror each other, and if they don't mirror each other, they bring another soulmate to a realization, so that, like, do you know what I'm saying? They kind of move together. So if it's both of you guys that have needed to do healing, then it's both, right? But I feel like, let's just speak from the masculine's perspective. Like, the masculine needed to do some healing and some decluttering, right? Because I see here with the ego, that the ego was a problem here. And I was just watching a show, and it was like, pride is usually like the biggest, is always like the cause of like a mistake or some shit. Like, you can always bet like pride is behind something wrong, right? Because, and that's what this seems like. It seems like proud. It seems like proud energy, right? And if that's where you're trying to head, it's interesting because I'm trying to see like why this masculine has been not like where they were supposed to be. But I feel like it's 2 reasons. It's healing, like they needed to heal. It's the ego, like the, you know, maybe some sort of fear, some sort of insecurity, again, that you need to heal. Some sort of pride, right, connected with this. And then on top of that, I feel like you're tempted right now to, like, you're definitely coming in, right? Like, you're definitely like checking someone out. You're definitely looking at someone. You're definitely like peeking. But you're tempted right now to, I feel like, be dishonest. And I feel like that's not the right thing to do here, right? There's something here about this King of Swords. It's like you weren't upfront with this person. Maybe it's not that you want to be dishonest, but it's like you were never upfront about the way you felt to this person. So it could be 2 things, Sag. It could be like you never told them like they were your son, you know, like your happiness. You never told them the way you felt. Again, you never told them like, yeah, I do think we are soulmates. Maybe this person was very like transparent with you and you weren't in return. There's something about this King of Swords, though, this masculine, that isn't speaking the truth, right? It could have been this feminine who also wasn't speaking the truth. Again, there seems to be a mirroring. So if the masculine wasn't saying the truth, maybe the feminine wasn't speaking the truth. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like 2 people who, they're learning their lessons, I feel like, together, right? Maybe at different times this plays out, but yeah, it seems like maybe pride was an issue for both of you, healing was an issue for both of you, and now maybe the temptation to be dishonest, the temptation to not express the way you feel, right? And I think that it's kind of dependent on what you decide, right? Because we have this temptation to be dishonest, I think, or this temptation to not tell the person the whole truth of where they've been, or the fact like, oh, like, yeah, like I believed we were soulmates since I met you, know what I mean? Like, there's something that you just like don't want to say, I feel. Maybe it's like, yeah, I've been dating like a lot of people. I've been like having sex with a lot of people. Like, I don't know what you don't want to say. Like, I can't think of something that's like something bad. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. Maybe you talked a lot of shit about this person. I don't know. Like, it just seems like there's something you don't want to say, to be honest, to this Queen of Cups. And you're tempted to just kind of not say it. But I feel like they're telling you right now that the energy right now is to be transparent. The energy right now is to notice, like, why wouldn't you want to say that? Like, what is it that you want to keep, and why is that? Do you know what I'm saying? Is this going to help you, like, being more, is this going to help you get to this ace, right? It's kind of like all, what you do right now is really important, right? I feel like you're getting gifted this new beginning with the 0, right? It's like you're getting gifted this new beginning to be the Fool, right? To do things maybe over again, to do things maybe the right way, maybe with I feel like it's the same person because you guys are matching so much. But yes, Sag, you're being given like the opportunity, and I think it was just time. Like I was like, why is this person not in the King of Cup energy? Like, what's preventing them? And what's preventing you, what I got was was the world, right? What's preventing you from starting over again is like the completion of a cycle. So again, it could be karma, it could be like something that you have to learn. And if it is something that you have to learn, right, then I think you've already learned it, right? Because it's like we're already beginning this new cycle. That's what I feel like. We've already closed out a chapter and we're beginning another one. So yes, this might be a temptation, but you already know what you should do, right? Yeah, you might have some pride and some ego, right? Which is normal. But at the end of the day, you want to heal the situation with this person. You want to come in like clean. You want to come in, you know, as a fool would, right? The fool comes in and a lot of the time, you know, they're doing something kind of risky, or they're doing something kind of like, you know, it just, again, I feel like they're just going towards their happiness. They're going towards something, and that's why they can be seen as the fool, right? Like, oh, this is like unrealistic, girl. Like, you know, a lot of people are going to talk shit and be like, oh, but if you trust this connection, which, I mean, how could you not, right? You have so many pairs out here. You have 3 pairs. Obviously, you guys are soulmates, right? That's not the question. The question is like, what are you going to do differently in this new cycle? And I feel like the word is like transparency. The word is like letting go of the pride, like healing with this person, healing the situation with this person, letting them know how you actually feel. I feel like that's a big part of it. And going towards this divine love, like this person has been put in your place, put in your like space, you know, put in your life to help you, right? You're meant to help each other, and you're meant to grow with each other. And this is a big growth, right? Trying to be clear and transparent, and trying to, you know, say how you feel, and healing, and working with the ego, and, you know, working with your pride. And, you know, this is what puts this person into Emperor energy. And I feel it's funny because they're like spying, like they're kind of like, I feel like the bird is the divine, like telling this person to kind of get up and go, or like to, you know, don't worry, like we got you. You know what I mean? Do you see like here the Page of Swords has the bird, and here the father has like I think it's a cougar in the pack. But yeah, it's very interesting. The divine is there. Even with the healing, there's a lot of animals around. So there's a lot of divine help. There's a lot of aid if you seek for it and if you ask for it. And I think that it's just really important at this time, masculine energies, that if you want to come in like, you know, authentically, come in with the truth, come in with how you feel. You know, now is not that, like, you're coming into your own energy, you're coming into this King of Cup energy, and it's really, really beautiful, because I feel like this was maybe like the problem in the past, right? Like, you were very stable, both of these people, and I feel like there's loyalty here, and these people work together. But I feel like it's something now about this cup, right? It's like kind of giving it all now at this point, right? Like there's nothing that you can hold back at this point. And I think that's what's gonna take this to the next level. Just giving it all, you know, like not hiding a part of yourself anymore, being like authentic. And yeah, you're being guided to be kind of like the fool, and not to let this like ego come in the way of this relationship, right? It's like 2 totally different like energies, right? Like the fool doesn't care, you know what I mean? Like the fool looks dumb sometimes, right? Like if you think of the Little Mermaid, she is kind of crazy. Like she's like, yeah, I'm gonna go meet this dude, and I'm gonna like, you know, I'm gonna go meet this dude, and I'm not gonna have a voice, and I'm gonna like give the sea witch my voice, and I'm gonna go meet a prince who I've only seen like one time, and I'm gonna have to like kiss him in a day or some shit, right? And it's kind of like a crazy thing, like, oh, okay. Like, do you think you could do that? And I feel like the ego and the pride would be like, no, you can't do it, like you're never gonna make it, you know what I mean? It's like the person in the back, again, they're trying to help the person out and kind of keep them away from these crazy situations. But at the same time, it can kind of be detrimental if you're always just sitting in ego and stewing. It feels like a stew. I don't want to say stewing, but it's like a stagnancy, right? It's like the ego's meant to protect you, but it's not meant to stop you from like living. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. It's like, go towards your happiness, man. Heal whatever you need to heal with this person. Say what it is that you need to say. Be authentic to like who you are. Sag, I love this reading. Let's pull some advice. So, Sag, I really like the advice that you guys got. You got Nightingale Spirit. Love is all around. Number 41 making a 5. I think this is just really significant of this, like this 5 is really significant of like where you choose to go at this point, right? Like you can head towards the sun right now. You can head towards this divine love. You can put yourself in this heart space, right? And it's very much encouraged, right? And you don't have to be afraid of this person cares about you. With love is all around, it kind of reminds me of this other card in the deck where it's like it's a sure thing. So I don't think that it's not a problem of like love right now, right? It's the energy that you like, it's like what you want to bring to the surface, right? And I feel like with your mojo, what you want to bring to the surface is like how you feel, right? I am an ocean of creative energy, the goddess of all that flows. I give birth to what exists within me, right? There's something about like fertility here too. Like I think that this person is, you know, someone that you would want to like have a 10 of cups with, like a family, right? 10 of pentacles. But I think that it's just hard for you to like express yourself and be vulnerable, right? And I think that the ego, this mask, you know, that you use to protect you, it has to be let go in order to express yourself. Remember, pride is just pride isn't going to lead you to anywhere good, basically. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, you have to let go of the pride and express yourself. And there's something here about anger, right, with Sekhmet. And I always get Sekhmet if someone's like pissed, right? And Sekhmet, the red lady, I'm pure strength. I honor my anger by giving voice to it. I don't know if the Empress is the one who's upset or the Emperor is the one who's upset. Someone here, again, it seems like you guys kind of know each other already, obviously. It doesn't have to be, but it kind of just feels like that to me. And what I'm getting with this is like, maybe someone is a little bit angry, right? Like maybe there's some sort of communication that like the Emperor is holding back because it might be something like mean or it might be something said in anger. But what I want to say is like, I feel like expressing, Sekhmet always encourages you to tell it kind of like it is, right? Like if you have some shit to say it. Even if it's like something that angered you in the past, something about someone's behavior, like it's just worth it. Yeah, like you don't want to dredge up shit from the past, but again, like if there is something here that you need to say, now is like the time to say it, right? If you're the Emperor Empress, it doesn't matter, like time to say what it is that you need to say, right? And I think this is going to help open that heart chakra, right? Because the heart is connected to the throat, they're right next to each other, right? So I think it's like you want to like be free in love, but you have like maybe a blockage in speaking about what happened or like what pissed you off or like, you know what I'm saying? Or like why, you know, you had to like leave. Like there's something here that you have to say, and I feel like they're just telling you to say it, okay? So yeah, that's like the big deal, right? The King of Swords in reverse. So if there's something you need to say it. It's something from the past. If it's important, just say it. It's worth saying, especially when Sekhmet comes out. And even if it's something like maybe that has caused you pain in the past, it's very much, you know, it's worth saying it, even though like I don't think you want to bring yourself back to that moment in time. It's worth saying so that you can heal, right? Fix the situation. So yeah, Sag, I really love this reading. I love you guys so much. I hope this resonates, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.